Hi, I'm Adam from YoYotta. In the previous video, we looked at how to restore single LTO tapes using the source browser. In this video, I'll show you how to search and restore files from a set of LTO tapes. To follow along, you will need a copy of YoYotta Automation, a compatible LTO library, some LTO tapes containing files, and a hard drive. Let's get started. Before we continue, we should take a look at the concept of snapshots, as they are integral to an efficient restore workflow. YoYotta creates three different kinds of snapshots: source, copy, and index. These are created when YoYotta starts a copy job, called a source snapshot, completes verification, called a copy snapshot, or if the user generates an index or the index tapes after verify box is ticked in the LTFS panel, called an index snapshot. A snapshot is a listing of the files that were included in an operation, and YoYotta uses these snapshots to search and restore files. If you are receiving LTFS formatted LTO tapes from a third party, then you can index and create new snapshots without having to copy them. To do this, I'll load the tape YB1005 into the LTO drive. Click the plus icon above the jobs list, select the YB1005 tape in the media list, and click Add Selected. The tape will load into the jobs list. Open the source browser and the LTO tape will automatically mount. It will take a moment for the tape to appear in the file browser. We now need to choose a project to save the snapshot to. Click Open Projects in the top left of the source browser. I'll use the project we created in the last video, so I'll select the YoYotta Getting Started collection and select the LTO Restore project. Any snapshots we create will now be saved into this project. Click on Store Index and YoYotta will store a new snapshot into the project browser. Close the source browser. Once we have a snapshot saved, we can use the project browser to search and restore files from the tape. Click on the book icon at the bottom of the panel to open the project browser. The snapshots list will populate and I'll select the YB1005 index snapshot. This will load the contents of the snapshot into the file browser and file table. If I want to search across multiple tapes, I can command and click multiple indexes and they will appear in the file browser. I'll hold down the command key and select YB1006. We can manually specify what files will be restored, or we can restore by searching. To manually restore files, I'll make sure the YB1005 and YB1006 snapshots are still selected. In the file browser, you will see a green dot next to each folder. As we navigate through the folder structure, there are green dots next to every file as well. This is how YoYotta indicates what is selected. If we want to deselect everything, we can hold down the Alt key and click on the minus button at the bottom right of the file browser. The green dots disappear. To select specific folders or files, we can navigate through the file browser either using the mouse or by pressing the left, right, up and down arrow keys. To select a specific file, highlight it and click the plus icon at the bottom right of the file browser. We can select a range of files contiguously by shift-clicking, or we can select entire folders. The green dots return to indicate we have selected files. If you have only partially selected the contents of a directory, you will see an orange dot next to it. I'll select one file from each of the index snapshots. I will then click Add Job. YoYotta will add a new job to the jobs list containing just the files I specified. I'll set a destination and the job is now ready to be run. As the selected files are across multiple tapes, once I click the green button, YoYotta will automatically load each tape as needed to complete the job. I'll now add some more jobs, but this time using filters. To do this, open the project browser and select the snapshots you want to restore from. In my case, I'll choose the YB1005 and YB1006 index snapshots. The file table displays all the files in both snapshots. I will then Alt and click the minus icon to deselect everything. In the filter boxes at the bottom, I will type in ARI for type and 6560 for resolution. Now just the ARI files that are 6560 pixels wide that are in the snapshots are shown in the file table. I'll click the plus icon at the bottom right of the file table to select all of these. YoYotta will update the browser with green and yellow dots to indicate what has been selected. I will click Add Job to add the selection to the jobs list. You can add additional searches on a tape by searching for a different set of criteria and adding a new job. Select the YB1005 and YB1006 index snapshots and clear the filter boxes at the bottom of the panel by clicking the X on each one. This time I will use the filters to exclude files from the selection. A common use for this is to exclude offline files from a restore, and I can do this in a couple of ways. The first way is to use the codec and resolution filter boxes. With the index snapshot selected in the snapshots table, I will sort the file table by codec. If I scroll down the file table, I can see all of the codecs that are present in the snapshot. I want to exclude any ProRes proxy and Avid DNxHD files that are 1920 pixels wide, as these are the formats most commonly used for offline files. I'll type proxy, Avid in the codec filter box and 1920 in the resolution filter box. It is worth noting that the filter boxes are not case sensitive and that you can add multiple search items by separating them with a comma. The file table will update to show the shots that just match the criteria. I'll scroll through the file table to double check the selection and click the minus button to exclude them from the job. You will see an orange dot next to both index snapshots, indicating that there is a partial selection. I'll click Add Job to add the selection to the jobs list. The next example we will look at is using the path filter to define a selection. This method requires that you have set up a logical file structure when archiving or copying to disk. I will hold down Alt and click the plus button to reselect all shots. As I navigate through the file browser, I can see that there is a folder called Offlines that contains all of the offline material. I can use the path filter to remove this directory from the selection. I'll type offlines into the path filter. The file table updates to show me all of the files in that directory. I'll click the minus icon and you will see the green dot change to an orange dot to indicate a partial selection. If we navigate through the file browser to the red folder, we can see that the offlines folder is no longer selected. I'll click Add Job. If I close the source browser, I will see 4 jobs in the jobs list. One contains a single ARRI clip and a single red clip. One contains just ARRI65 files, and 2 contain camera master files. I'll set a destination for each job and then click the green button for each one. YoYotta will queue the jobs. The first job will start, and once that completes, the second job will begin. You can queue as many jobs as you need to complete the restore. And there you have it, how to search and restore files across a set of LTO tapes in YoYotta.